Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragonites, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Morphed Cammy, the Stinging Crane. And so here we have Cammy posing out of the packaging, and before we have a look at the figure, let's run through her accessories. Cammy does come with two different sets of hands, as well as a spiral arrow effect, a punching effect, and the Stinging Crane energy effect. Overall, Cammy really doesn't come with anything else. An unhelmeted head would have been really nice to have with this figure. With her accessories out of the way, let's move on to her details. Hasbro has done a great job taking Cammy's original design and morphing her with a Power Ranger design. Though she still has elements from her previous costume, I really do like the crossover here. Taking a look at the helmet, Cammy is wearing a green helmet with a big black visor. The visor does have this really nice light blue outline, and I do like the silver mouthpiece. Also included on her helmet, they incorporated her beret, which looks fantastic. And on the back of her helmet, you can see her braids poking through the back. Taking a look at her outfit, you can see Cammy is still wearing her leotard, which looks fantastic. Her leotard does have some interesting paint with a lighter green on the front and back, and then the sides are done in this darker green color. And just like with all the other Morphed Street Fighter characters, she does have her own shield on her. Though it does have some nice sculpted details, it is fairly lost due to the lack of paint on the shield. Instead of having bare arms, Cammy does have these light blue sleeves on. The sleeves look fantastic with some really nice sculpt work to them, and then she is wearing her red gauntlets. The gauntlets have this really nice armor design, and I love the elbow piece coming off the left side. And then the armor bits do continue down to her hand, which look amazing. Cammy also has on a really interesting belt with her own unique morpher. Though it is painted fairly decently, I don't like the fact that you really can't see any detailing on the power coin. The morpher looks good enough, and the belt does go all the way around her waist. Though her legs are just your standard Lightning Collection legs, I do like the fact that they did implement the paintwork on her legs as well. Although a darker blue would have been nice for the paint, it's still fairly clean on Cammy. And an interesting note, instead of wearing black boots with Cammy, she is wearing these light blue boots. They do have a gold band at the top, and I especially like the lacework in her boots. They do carry over the Power Ranger triangle design, although it is really subtle on her boots. Overall, they do match the color of her sleeves, and I especially like the sculpt work on the heels. So overall, Cammy is done really well, with Hasbro actually doing a good job paying homage to her original Street Fighter look. I do like the fact that she has her own unique body with the leotard sculpted on nicely. So with her details out of the way, let's get Cammy posed to our usual suspects. Here we have Cammy posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger, and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, we have Cammy posed next to the rest of the Street Fighter Morphed Rangers. So Cammy is going to fit in nicely with the rest of the Street Fighter crossover figures, and I do like the fact that she scales nicely with Lightning Collection. Scaling with Lightning Collection, it does mean Cammy scales better with your 1/12 collection. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Cammy's articulation. Cammy does have a double ball joint in the head and in the neck. Her braids are on ball joints, butterfly joints in her shoulders. Her arms go out to the side and do a full 360. Swivel at the bicep and double hinged elbows. She has a swivel in her gauntlet and a swivel hinge in her wrist. Ball joint in her upper torso, and she does have a reverse ab joint. Ball hinge hips kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. She has a double bend in her knee, swivel at her boot, hinge in the ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker. So overall, Cammy does have some really good articulation, and it does line up perfectly with the rest of your Lightning Collection. Everything comes together nicely with Cammy, all the way down from her detail to her articulation. So with everything said and done, let's get the Morphed Cammy pose for my final thoughts. The Lightning Collection Power Ranger Cross Street Fighter figures are very nice, and Cammy here is no exception. Hasbro has done a wonderful job just capturing the look of Cammy's classic outfit, putting it into a Ranger costume, and making it look perfect. Although there are some spots that could use a little more detail, including her shield, I think for the most part this figure does a good job conveying what it's supposed to. The fact that Hasbro went out of the way to sculpt unique parts for Cammy does show that they put some effort into these Street Fighter figures. I love the way Cammy looks, and the fact that she poses really nicely with very little hindrance is a really good thing. I think Cammy has one of the strongest crossover designs, especially because it does carry over that beret on her helmet. Although she does come with a decent set of accessories, I do feel like Cammy could have benefited from a separate set of hands. But overall, everything here works for Cammy, and I think Hasbro has a real winner here. If you're a fan of the Power Ranger and Street Fighter crossover, you're definitely going to want to add Cammy to your collection. One of the major drawbacks to Cammy is that she is going to be about $35 at retail. I was lucky enough to pick up my Cammy on the GameStop sale, so I did get her for about $25. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Street Fighter and Power Ranger videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, my latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.